The rain in Seattle was relentless, mirroring the storm brewing inside me. For 20 years I'd been married to Marietta. 20 years of building a life, a home, a family. I'm Oswin, and at 46 I thought I knew my wife better than I knew myself. I was a software architect, a problem solver. But this problem, Marietta's betrayal, felt unsolvable. It started subtly. Late nights at the office, business trips I wasn't invited on, a new perfume I didn't recognize. Marietta worked as a marketing director for a large tech firm, a high-pressure job, she always said. I chalked it up to stress, to the demands of her career. I wanted to be supportive, to be the rock she leaned on. Then came the phone. A burner phone hidden in the glove compartment of her car. I found it while looking for the registration. My heart hammered against my ribs as I scrolled through the messages. They were explicit, passionate, filled with a longing that wasn't meant for me. The sender was listed as Lucian. I felt like I'd been sucker punched. The world tilted on its axis and the air seemed to vanish from my lungs. I stumbled back into the house, the phone clutched in my hand, my mind racing. Who was Lucian? What did he mean to Marietta? How could she do this to us? That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay in bed next to Marietta, her even breathing a stark contrast to the turmoil inside me. I stared at the ceiling, replaying our life together, searching for clues I'd missed, signs I'd ignored. Had I been blind? Had I been so focused on my work, on providing for our family, that I'd failed to see the cracks in our marriage? The next morning, I decided to confront her. I waited until after breakfast, after the kids, 10-year-old twins, had left for school. I needed to be calm, to control my emotions, but the anger was a wildfire threatening to consume me. "Marietta, we need to talk," I said, my voice strained. She looked up from her laptop, her brow furrowed. "About what, Oswin? I'm swamped with work today." I held up the phone. "This. Who is Lucian?" Her face paled. She stammered, "I don't know what you're talking about. Don't lie to me, Marietta." I read the messages. They were pretty clear. She closed her laptop, her eyes darting around the room. It's complicated," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "Complicated. Is that what you call cheating on your husband of 20 years? Tears welled in her eyes. "It just happened," she said. "I didn't mean for it to go this far." "How far is far, Marietta? Are you in love with him? Do you want to be with him?" She didn't answer. The silence was deafening. "Who is he?" I pressed. "Is it someone I know?" She hesitated, then said, He's a client. I met him at a conference in San Francisco." "Client, of course. It always seemed to be someone from work." "So you slept with a client? That's professional, Marietta." "It was a mistake," she sobbed. "A terrible mistake. I regret it, Oswin, I swear I do." But the words felt hollow, empty. The trust was shattered, the foundation of our marriage crumbling before my eyes. "I don't know what to say," I said, my voice trembling. "I need time to think. I need to figure out what I want to do." I walked out of the house, leaving Marietta sobbing at the kitchen table. I drove aimlessly, the rain blurring my vision, the pain in my chest unbearable. I spent the next few days in a haze. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I went through the motions at work, but my mind was elsewhere, replaying the conversation with Marietta, reliving the discovery of the phone. I confided in my best friend, Amidst. We'd been friends since college, and he'd always been my confidant, my voice of reason. "I don't know what to do, Amidst," I said, as we sat in a dimly lit bar. "I love her, but I don't know if I can forgive her." Amidst took a long sip of his beer. "That's a decision only you can make, Oswin, but you need to think about what's best for you, for your kids. Don't let her guilt trip you into staying if you're not happy." His words resonated with me. I knew he was right. I couldn't stay in a marriage built on lies and deceit. I deserved better. My kids deserved better. I decided to hire a private investigator. I needed to know the full extent of Marietta's affair. I needed to know if there were others, if this was a pattern of behavior. The investigator, a woman named Rowena, was thorough and discreet. She uncovered a trail of emails, hotel receipts, and credit card statements that painted a clear picture of Marietta's affair with Lucian. It had been going on for months, not just a one-time mistake, as she had claimed. Rowena also discovered something else. Lucian wasn't just a client, he was the CEO of a rival tech company, and he was married. The revelation hit me like a ton of bricks. Marietta hadn't just cheated on me, she'd risked our family's financial security, our reputation. If her affair with Lucian became public, it could have serious repercussions for both of their companies. I confronted Marietta again, this time armed with the evidence from Rowena. She couldn't deny it this time. She broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. "I'm so sorry, Oswin," she said. "I don't know why I did it. I was stupid, selfish. I ruined everything you did," I said, my voice cold. "I'm filing for divorce, Marietta. I want you out of the house by the end of the month." She didn't argue. She knew she had no leg to stand on. She had betrayed me, our family, and our future. The divorce was messy, acrimonious. Marietta fought me on everything, from the division of assets to the custody of the kids. She tried to paint me as an absent father and uncaring husband, but the truth was on my side. The evidence of her affair was irrefutable. In the end, I got what I wanted. I got custody of the kids, the house, and a fair share of our assets. Marietta was left with nothing but the consequences of her actions, but the victory felt hollow. The pain of her betrayal still lingered, a constant ache in my heart. I knew it would take time to heal, to rebuild my life. But I was determined to move on, to find happiness again. A few months after the divorce was finalized, I received a call from Rowena. She had some news about Lucian. His wife found out about the affair, Rowena said. She's divorcing him, and she's going after him for everything he's worth. I felt a flicker of satisfaction. Lucian was getting what he deserved. He had destroyed 2 families, and now he was paying the price. But the story didn't end there. A few weeks later, I received a letter from Lucian's wife, a woman named Nesta. She thanked me for exposing the affair. She said she had suspected something was going on, but she didn't have proof until Rowena contacted her. Nesta invited me to meet her for coffee. I hesitated, but curiosity got the better of me. I agreed. We met at a small cafe near the waterfront. Nesta was a striking woman with fiery red hair and piercing green eyes. She was intelligent, articulate, and fiercely independent. We talked for hours, sharing our stories of betrayal, our pain, our anger. We found solace in each other's company, a shared understanding of what it was like to be betrayed by the person you loved. Over time, our friendship deepened. We started spending more time together, going for walks, seeing movies, sharing meals. I found myself drawn to her strength, her resilience, her unwavering spirit. One evening, as we sat on my porch watching the sunset, I realized I was falling in love with her. "Nesta," I said, my voice trembling. "I think I'm falling in love with you." She looked at me, her eyes filled with warmth. "I think I'm falling in love with you too, Oswin." We kissed, a long, tender kiss that sealed our fate. We were 2 broken people, finding solace and healing in each other's arms. Marietta's affair had destroyed my marriage, but it had also led me to Nesta. It had taught me the importance of trust, the fragility of love, and the resilience of the human spirit. I don't know what the future holds, but I know that I'm with someone who loves me, who respects me, who would never betray me. And that's all that matters. Several years have passed since then. Nesta and I are happily married. The kids adore her. Marietta moved away, remarried, and has limited contact with the children. Lucian's career never recovered, and he lives a quiet life, ostracized by his former colleagues. Sometimes, late at night, I still think about Marietta. I wonder if she regrets what she did, if she understands the pain she caused. But I don't dwell on it. I've moved on. I've found happiness again. And that's all that matters.